Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. We are back with Tier, but this time with a friend, and also in 60 cards. So, here we are with Tier Shaddoll. That's basically it. The idea is pretty simple. The Shaddol cards are pretty decent overall, and just require a Shaddol monster, specifically Winda. So you can go and summon out the Winda pretty easily utilizing your tier cards in order to lock your opponent out of special summoning. And since you could special summon multiple times on your opponent's turn as well as on your own, it makes it a bit easier to play around the lock, which is very nice. Yeah, that's basically the idea. But I also really like Shaddolls, and Grass is still legal, so of course we're playing this. Grass resolving just kind of wins you the game instantly. It's kind of dumb. Let's quickly do the card by card. So, starting off with the Shaddolls, we are playing 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog, Wendy, and Squamata, as well as 1 apiece of Ariel and Beast. That's it for the Shaddoll monsters, and the reason for this is because we have a lot of ways to mill, so seeing these is not that big of a problem, and then we still have a myriad of targets for something like a Shaddol Fusion, and just drawing them in general, we still have plenty of targets. So, pretty nice. Yeah. Pretty simple there. We want searches, we want special summons, we want sends, and then of course Ariel to deal with potential, it's mostly to hit the Shizu cards, the Keldo and the Mudora, to kind of force those out, and then Beast of course to draw. As for the rest of the Shaddoll cards, we're playing Triple Fusion, the 1 El Shaddoll Fusion, the 1 Incarnation, and the 1 Schism. If you don't know the combo with Incarnation, what you can do is if you're able to get into Construct, you go Construct sending, or you make Construct sending a Squamata, you go Squamata send, Construct send, then you can special summon out your, you send a Wendy and a Re-Shaddoll Incarnation. Wendy then special summons in face down defense the Hedgehog. Hedgehog then gets flipped up, utilizing the Incarnation by banishing the Wendy that you just sent and the Incarnation itself, flip it face up, activate the effect, search out your Schism, and now you have Construct and Schism on your side of the field without anything else, right? That's off of a single Shaddoll Fusion, and so that's pretty good. Anyway, as for the rest of the cards, we also have ourselves the tiers. Pretty simple. We're maxing out on the tier names that fusion, so the 2 Marley, the 2 Havness, and the 2 Sheeran, and then we're only playing 2 Rhinoheart. Rhinoheart sucks. I'm just gonna say it. Not really a good card. The reason that we play it as heavily as we do is due to the fact that 1, it's a material, so we kind of need it for Kaleido Heart, but 2, and more importantly, is the fact that it's another tier name. The effects are fine. It doesn't really special summon much. It can special summon itself, but not always. And then if it's summoned, it's nice. It's like the best normal summon, but we also have a myriad of other normal summons. Just setting a Shaddol sometimes is enough, so it's not like we need our normal summon either. So yeah, we're just playing 2 of this. Moving on, we're also maxing out on all of the Ishizu cards because of the fact that milling cards gets us extra advantage due to the Shaddolls, so there's that. As for the rest of the tier cards, we're of course playing the Perlino. We're playing 2 Scream. Yeah, pretty simple, just being able to search out the trap. We're playing the 1 Heartbeat, the 1 Meta Noise, the 1 Crime, and triple Soliak. Soliak is the best one to mill, as well as the best one to have on field, so there you go. The rest of these are just pretty decent to search off of something like Scream. They're not bad to mill as well. Meta Noise being able to add a monster to the hand is very good. Heartbeat is like the worst one to mill, but it's very good to search if your opponent is playing a lot of back row to deal with that, so that's pretty nice. It also is able to deal with like a Soliak as well, so if your opponent has Soliak, you spin it away. Very good to have overall as a search target. We're also playing a bunch of random tech cards. So we're playing only a few hand traps, that being Maxi and Gamma. The reason we're playing Gamma is because we really want our Grass to resolve. And Gamma happens to hurt the most in being able to deal with that. So if they go like Maxi, you can Gamma it. If they go Ash Blossom, they can Gamma it. If they go for something like a Shuffler as you're activating, like, you know, if you get a bunch of your cards milled, you can then go and Gamma it as well. Gamma just happens to be very good, and it's a light for the Shaddolls. We're also playing 2 Diviner, just another good card to have. It's normal summonable, and we're also playing the Elf to be able to utilize it. Great mill, great etc., etc. Just overall pretty solid. We have ourselves the Crystal Beast Engine. We are playing the 1 Tortoise. We are playing the 1 Rainbow Bridge Salvage, and then we're playing 2 Foolish Burial Goods. Rainbow Bridge Salvage can banish itself from the grave in order to grab up the Emerald Tortoise as well as a field spell. Any field spell, that being Perlino. So it's basically additional copies of the Terraforming in order to get into Perlino. And this guy happens to be an Aqua, which is why we're playing him. As for the rest of the spells and just cards in general, we were playing the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, Foolish Burial, Terraforming, Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is broken. Yeah, should probably be banned. And then we are playing, of course, the 2 Grass and the 2 Called By. I'm not playing Cross Out just due to the fact that it's a bit inconsistent. And we're not playing like Ash or anything like that, so it's not really worth it to play it. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. As for the extra deck, we are playing the 1 Mudragon, double El Shaddoll Winda. You basically only need 2 of any of the Shaddolls because they shuffle themselves back. So there's that, the 2 Winda. We have ourselves the 1 Kit, the 1 Apcalone. Apcalone's very nice to have as well. Double Construct, the 1 Dragostapelia, 1 Rukalos, 1 Kaleido Heart, 1 Sheki Naga. Sheki Naga comes up occasionally because you can summon it utilizing one of your Shizu cards in order to get that into the graveyard, which is very nice. If you have like a weaker hand, you can go like Shaddoll Fusion, send a Shaddoll, send a Kelbeck or an Agito in order to get milling, or send a Shuffler, which is also very nice. We have the Abyss Dweller, the Time Thief Reader, as well as Zeus, and then the last one is Sprite Elf. So that's the deck. Let's hop into the duels and show you how this deck performs. Alright, so here we are going first, and hey, look at that, Grass. I'm just going to show you basically what happens when Grass ends up resolving. So we're going to activate the Grass here. It's going to resolve, and look at all of the cards that we are now going to activate. So we're going to go Chain Link 1, 4, 5, 6, and out comes Maxi. So, what all is activating? Let me show you. So we are going Chain Link 1. Agito, Chainlink 2 Merly, Chainlink 3 Havness, Chainlink 3 Sheeran, because we hit all of them. Chainlink 4 Squamata, Chainlink 5 Soliak, and they will chain the Max C. Do I care? Nope, that's a-okay. And we're actually going to switch things up a little. We're going to add the Rhino Heart, since we didn't already have it. We're going to send the Incarnation. We're going to then shuffle back 2 of our Shaddoll monsters, both of which have already activated. So we're just going to shuffle those back because they did activate the Maxi. I want to summon less cards. So yeah, out comes the Kit, and then we are going to activate our last effect in order to fusion summon out our Winda. So there you go. Then we are going to mill a few more. We're then going to activate the Kit effect and the Beast, which we ended up milling off of our Kelbeck, or Agito, sorry. They also get to mill a whole bunch of cards as well. Look, a Shuffler, they milled their own Agito, as well as Rhino Heart and the Sheeran. However, I'm really not that worried because we already have the Winda up. And we summon the Kit after the Winda, so we still get another fusion summon if we so choose, or just another special summon in general. Out comes the Rhino Heart. They're going to pitch the Scream. That's totally fine with me. Now they can no longer special summon, so they're turned off. We drew into the Soliak and added the Crime. We're going to set the Hedgehog because we did send the Incarnation, which allows us to go for the Hedgehog to grab up Schism. Looking pretty good thus far. We're then going to go for the Shuffler here in order to hit the Shuffler, as well as a few of our other cards. They're going to shuffle away some of their own cards, the Scream, and they hit the Rainbow Bridge, which I'm very confused as to why they decided to give me back the Rainbow Bridge, but it's fine. Anyway, we're going to shuffle back a few cards. We're then going to go for the Sheeran here in order to pitch the Mudora and mill a few more cards, and we hit a Kelbeck, which is fantastic. So we're going to mill even more cards, and we didn't really hit anything there. We hit a Squamata and a Soliak, which we've already activated, so nothing there. But now we have a Mudora in the graveyard, hence why we gave them the additional draw with the Sheeran. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. We have the Scream, the Crime, the Schism, and the Soliak, as well as they are locked under Winda. They're going to go for Heartbeat, shuffle away, in order to, reveal their own Heartbeat. Interesting. Or sorry, their own Tortoise. There you go. They're going to go for the Time Thief Reader here. I'm going to go for my Mudora to force out their Mudora, because they only had the one. So I'm going to deal with their Shuffler. They're obviously going to, let that go through. That's fine. Now we can go for the Soliak, negating the Time Thief Reader to trigger the Kit. I'm looking just to get a fusion summon here. I can already deal with this card. We can go for Schism, summon a Winda in order to just send it to the graveyard, forcing them to no longer have anything. Because they've already used their one special, so I'm not really too worried. This is basically, hey, can I get Kaleido Heart to deal with that? And I end up milling the Merly and a Keldo, an Agito. So we're going to mill some more cards, and then we're going to go for the Kaleido Heart here. Activate the Kaleido Heart, shuffle it away. They're going to activate, not going to do anything. and it gets shuffled away. They're going to go for the Imperm, hitting the Winda, and then concede, realizing I have Schism, and I can just make another Winda, so it doesn't matter. Whoops! And also now I can special summon as well, and I have access to a myriad of things. So yeah, all in all, good game. All right, here we are once again going first, and hey, look, grass! Again! Yeah, look, grass is just really good, and we're just going to resolve it as best we can. They are going to Ash, but this time I have the Called By. Sometimes you have it, and again, Max C. This is why I'm kind of showing you these replays, even though grass is resolving, which is just like an auto win. My opponent both times has had Max C, which has made it a little bit more interesting. Grass is still way more broken, but alas, here we are, at least in this build. So we're going to mill a whole bunch of cards and activate them in sequence. Here is what we are activating. So we have ourselves the Chainlink resolving is SnowiKs, Scream, Agito, Merle, Hedgehog. Hedgehog is going to search Beast because we have the Shaddoll Fusion in our hand. That gives us access to Beast Draw. We're going to go and Fusion Summon with the Merle in order to go for a... we're actually going to go for a Kaleido Heart here. We're just going to immediately make the Kaleido Heart. Reason being, again, we're under Maxi. I want to give them as little draws as possible, so that's why we do that. So we're going to shuffle back everything. Then we're going to go Agito and Mill, and then we're going to go SnowiKs search the SnowiKs off of Scream, and then search the Havness off of SnowiKs. Then we also hit ourselves a Sheeran, so now we get to go Sheeran here and make a Winda. Fantastic. And then we're just going to set 2 and pass. We have ourselves the SnowiKs as well as the Meta Noise. Meta Noise is very fantastic here. So yeah, we're going to pass. Oh, also, they are playing Exo. And Dimension Shifter is a house, so I feel fine here. They're going to go for Cosmic Cyclone. Of course, they hit the SnowiKs. That's fine with me. We still have the Meta Noise. We still have the Window. We still have the Kaleido Heart. They're going to grab up themselves the packs in order to grab the... I believe they grabbed Martha, right? Yeah, they grabbed... No. Sorry, they grabbed the Returnia. So now we know that they have the Returnia. They're going to activate their Martha in order to special summon. They're going to go Sophia to draw a card. They're going to set 2 and pass. Not really anything I can do about that, but hey, they were locked under Winda, and so was I. Out comes the Armament. I draw the Maxi for turn, so I'm going to activate the Maxi. They're going to Ash that. That's totally fine with me. I'm going to activate the Meta Noise here to flip down their target for the Armament so that they can't go into something like a Mika or an Asfiel, so that we still have a target. This also allows me to then send a tier from deck to grave, so there's that. Out comes the Returnia, so of course they're going to Z summon, but they're going to banish the Kaleido. Not really anything I can do about that. And then they're going to make Mika. Now, Mika is pretty good here, but it is my turn, notably, so them going into Mika doesn't really do anything, and I haven't actually special summoned this turn. Anyway, Chain resolves. We're going to activate the Sheeran, which we sent. They're going to banish the Sheeran, which I don't really want them to do, so I'm going to shuffle back the Sheeran and a few other cards with my Keldo, since the shufflers aren't going to be nearly as good. Mind you, that happened in draw phase. That was all happening in draw phase, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, half of basically the entire turn was played out in the draw phase, which is really cool. I'm going to then, in order to play around my own Winda, as well as trigger its effect, in order to play around my own Winda, I'm going to tribute summon the Beast. Yep. So we're going to tribute set the Beast. Sorry, not tribute summon, tribute set the Beast. Then we get to go for the Shaddoll Fusion, since they have a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. That allows us to go for Construct. Construct sending Squamata as well as Construct, and you know what that means. We get to draw a whole bunch of cards, since we already have the Beast here. So we're going to send... Oh, nothing, because my opponent realizes the writing on the wall. They don't really have anything, and they concede. Good game. All right, we're once again going first. Trust, it's fine. We didn't draw grass this time, so it's all good. So we're going to activate the Rhino Heart in order to send the Sheeran. Sheeran effect will then activate in order to Fusion Summon, and guess what? Out comes Kit. So we're going to activate the Kit effect in order to search out the Merle, and we're going to do the Mill 8. So we're going to go in for the Merle special summon, sending the Kit. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, you know the drill. So we send a whole bunch of cool cards, and we're going to trigger some more cards. We did hit the Kelback, as well as the Rhino Heart. So we're going to special summon the Rhino Heart, and then we hit the Agito, but we also see that they are on Runic Salesband shenanigans. Oh no. Okay, anyway, activate the Havness in order to Fusion Summon. So we're going to put a few cards back in order to go into the Rukalos. So Rukalos, the reason we're going this one is due to the fact that they do have cards that special summon, and specifically things like seeing the Salesman. There is a spell that specifically summons out a whole bunch of monsters to go into the Rongo, and we're going to stop that in particular. Anyway, then we're going to go for the Heartbeat, as well as the the Rainbow Bridge, which we happen to have the targets for, which is very rare, but very nice. So yeah, we're going to add the Emerald Tortoise as well as the Perlino, and then we are going to activate our Heartbeat to add back the Crime. We're going to activate the Perlino to grab up the Haviness, and then we are going to link off into the Splight Elf. Splight Elf is then going to, we're not going to activate the Splight Elf yet, because what I want to do is mill them more cards. So we're going to bring back the Diviner here if we can. I'm going to start with the Max C because I can. They're going to go for the Freezing Curses. I'm going to go for Crime to shuffle it and negate it, and sending the Haviness. Haviness will then trigger in order to go into the Shaddoll. Oh, no, I go for Mud Dragon here so that I can protect myself from targeting. So in this time, I call Fire so that Elf isn't going to be destroyed or anything like that. They're going to go for the Terraforming here. In the main phase, I'm going to then activate the Diviner. We're going to activate the effect of the Diviner. We're going to send the Agito. Agito will then activate its effect, and we only hit Scream. We didn't actually hit the Kelbeck. I probably should have shuffled back the Kelbeck there, but alas, I didn't. So, anyway, we're going to grab the Soliak. They're going to draw 2. That's A-okay. They have 17 cards left. I'm feeling pretty good. And out comes Pot of Desires. They are on 6 cards before this draw, now down to 4. Interesting. Out comes Pseudospace. They're going to activate the effect. We haven't seen a Runic Fountain yet, so there's that. They're going to activate to draw. That's fine. They're going to activate the Runic Fountain. They're then going to activate the Runic Destruction to destroy my field spell. A little annoying, but not that big of a deal, because now they're going to go and target 3 cards with their Runic Fountain, to the which I will then target all 3 of those with my Shuffler. They will go spell that, and I will then use my other Shuffler to target those same 3 to shuffle them back into the deck, preventing them from actually getting a single draw. They're going to go to the end phase and pass turn. Fantastic. Let's see what we can do. So we just need to get lethal here. They're going to go for the Runic Tip and banish a Shaddoll Fusion. That's A-okay. Then they are going to activate 3 more. They're going to try and draw 3 more. And we're just not going to let that. We're just going to shuffle those away. And my opponent realizes they're not going to get a single card. And they have no cards left in deck, really, that are going to do anything. So they just concede. Because, yeah, that's lethal right there. Alright, we're back with the deck. And in all honesty, this deck is crazy. First of all, being able to resolve Grass. Kind of broken, especially when you have the ability to fusion summon as many times, as well as just being able to activate like a Squamata, or more importantly, things like Hedgehog or Wendy to get additional monsters, Beast to draw cards. It's all crazy. On top of that, being able to have additional access to your field spell due to the Foolish Burial is definitely something that is worth looking into. Yeah, but I don't know why Rainbow Bridge of Salvation is able to just search any field spell. I think that's a bit absurd, but alas, it's fine. I love Shaddolls. I'm just going to say it. I love Shaddolls. I love the way that they play. I love Winda as a Floodgate. I think that it is very interactive in the way that it is specifically slowing you down. There are a myriad of ways to get over 2200 in a single fusion summon. And normally, this card is not going to be summoned before you get an additional summon out. Normally it's through something like a Schism or something like that. Tier makes it a bit fuzzy and doesn't, you can now summon it sooner. But yeah, being able to kind of lock your opponent out of special summons can be problematic and is annoying, and I will agree with that. But it being two-sided is really cool. I like that. It's, just, hey, you're limited to 1 special summon, so it's not going to do anything against, like, Flu, or if you normal summon something, it's got weak attacks. Yeah, it's not like it's just going to sit there forever like a continuous trap. So, I like it, but I do understand not liking it. But the rest of the Shaddoll cards are fantastic. I love Construct and the way that it interacts with things, being able to send a card, not once per turn, by the way. Kind of crazy. And then on top of that, being able to recycle materials as well is very good. I love the ability to mill like traps and still get their activation and still have them be useful, especially something like an Incarnation, being able to send that and then being able to flip up in order to grab the Hedgehog is very cool. Gamma is very good in this deck. There are a few instances where I was able to gamma my opponents to prevent them from activating something, right? Prevent them from activating a Maxi or an Ash, or heck, even a Shuffler. There was a time where they milled some cards and they milled a Shuffler, I milled a tier card. All of a sudden, we're now in that mini game. But before I got a summon out, they go for the Shuffler. I negate it. Now I have Gamma on the field. But more importantly, I negated the summon, and now I got Kit, and I was able to play it from there. So Gamma is really good. I love Gamma. Just in any 60-card list, I think this is definitely playable. You're less likely to draw Driver, so that's very nice. Instant Fusion is crazy. Being able to just immediately grab Kit is an FTK. all of that cool stuff. Very high power ceiling, but it does break way more than like regular tier. So there you go. Yeah, basically that's it. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.